From now on, your father, Amy, and I are going to live a happy, peaceful life without you. Honestly, I wonder why we didn't make this decision a long time ago. At this time, we could have had a life free from unnecessary burdens. I can't believe we waited until now to reach this point. But finally, you're about to graduate from junior high school, and with that, our obligations are ending. It's the perfect time. We've been waiting for this day, but really, I guess we didn't even need to wait that long. If we thought this through, we could have just gone to your grandfather in the first place and asked him to take care of you. It would have been so much simpler.
Wait, what? I don't understand. What are you talking about?
I swear, it's honestly exhausting. Not only is your body defective, but your mind isn't all there either, is it? How could someone be so dense? It's like you have zero understanding of what's happening around you. You're completely clueless. You know, you're just like your grandfather. The two of you have so much in common.
I know you don't like Grandpa. That much is clear to me. But it's not fair to talk about him like that. My leg issues are my own burden to carry, and I understand that they might cause you problems. I know I've been treated like a burden because of it, and that's something I have to accept. But Grandpa didn't do anything to deserve that kind of treatment from you, did he? He has nothing to do with my situation.
Oh, spare me the righteous speech. It's honestly pathetic, this little act you put on, pretending to be so kind and sympathetic. Well, if you love your grandfather so much, then this is actually a perfect arrangement for everyone, don't you think? Now we can finally leave you behind with a clear conscience, knowing you'll be with someone you supposedly care about. You can live with him, and we'll finally be able to move forward and enjoy life.
Leave me behind? What do you mean?
It's exactly what it sounds like. Our family isn't coming back. We're not going to include you in our lives anymore. That tiny, shabby little apartment you're staying in? We're canceling the lease, so you'll need to find somewhere else to live. And don't expect us to keep paying the rent either. It's time you took responsibility for yourself. You're practically a high school student now, so go find a job or figure out a way to support yourself. It's all on you from now on.
So, you mean you, Dad, and Amy aren't coming back? You're leaving me behind?
Exactly. We don't need to keep carrying the weight of a defective, wheelchair-bound child like you. We're moving on and getting rid of the baggage. And don't worry, I've already spoken to your grandfather, and he agreed to take you in. So now you and he can live together, just the two of you. You can be as close as you want.
This is so cruel. Leaving me? Are you really saying you're abandoning me? That I'm no longer part of this family?
Exactly. Honestly, you're such a slow kid, it's frustrating. Of course, I understand that being abandoned by your family might make you feel sad. But if you don't like it, then try standing up and walking on your own 2 feet. Stop dragging us down with your issues.
It's not like I don't want to walk. I want to walk more than anything. You don't know how much I've wished for that, how many nights I've spent hoping and dreaming that one day I'd be able to stand on my own.
Oh, please. I'm so tired of this tragic heroine act you keep putting on. We're no longer your family, so don't call us, don't reach out, don't expect anything from us. Honestly, it's probably better this way. You and your grandfather are both basically useless. He's old, and he can barely look after himself, and you're just a burden in that wheelchair, so you won't be any help to him either. It's fitting, really, that the two of you should try to survive together. Just the two of you. You're both useless. Ever since your grandmother passed away, we haven't even seen him. For all we know, he's lost his mind by now. Best of luck to both of you.
I can't believe this. You're just throwing me onto Grandpa even though I know I'll be a burden for him too. This will be so hard on him and I feel so terrible about it.
Well, if you feel so bad, then why don't you just stop relying on him? Just go live on your own without anyone's help. Whatever you choose to do, it's not our problem anymore. I'm not going to take care of you or him, so both of you will just have to fend for yourselves. Figure it out yourselves. I couldn't care less.
I see. I understand now.
Good. Now that we're clear, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Brittany, I got a message from your mother. Is it true what she said?
Grandpa, yeah. She told me she was going to contact you. So she really did reach out to you.
Hey, are you alright? What's going on? This came out of nowhere. I mean, I know that she had been treating you poorly all along. It was something that had always bothered me, and I was always worried about you because of it. But if you're in a wheelchair, I know it hasn't been easy for you to come visit me.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Grandpa. I've been wanting to see you, but it's been hard for me to travel, especially since I can't go anywhere on my own.
It's alright. You don't need to apologize for that. I just want you to know that I've always been ready to help you if you ever needed me. I'm here for you.
Thank you, Grandpa. I didn't know you felt that way.
But, how did things come to this?
Because I'm defective. My family told me they didn't need a defective product. They've never loved me because I wasn't born perfectly healthy. And that's all there is to it, Grandpa.
Defective product, huh? They'll regret saying that, just you watch. Brittany, you're a kind of good-hearted girl. Even after being treated so poorly by your family, you endured it all and kept living with strength. I even heard from your mother that you told her you didn't want to be a burden on me. She told me that you didn't want to come to stay with me because you didn't want to inconvenience me. And what was her response? She said, do whatever you want, and just left it at that, didn't she?
Yes, that's exactly what she said.
She really thinks of me as nothing more than a fool she can just pass her responsibilities on to, doesn't she? She didn't even bother to wait for my response. She just dumped everything on me and told me to take care of it and then vanished. Said something about severing ties with us completely. I think she actually means it this time. But honestly, if that's the case, I actually feel better this way.
Grandpa, it's okay. I've already made up my mind. I'll find a place to stay on my own and I'll get a job to support myself. You don't need to worry about me. Just hearing your voice, just having you reach out to me has been enough to make me feel like I can do this.
Are you sure about that? I mean, realistically, with your situation, finding a job might be difficult. You're still so young and life is tough, even for people without the kind of challenges you face. Being a junior high school graduate in a wheelchair. I just worry about what kind of work you'd be able to find.
I don't know yet. I haven't figured out all the details, but I have to try.
You're a determined one, that's for sure. That's a quality I really admire in you, Brittany. And you're bright, too. I know that you've been working hard in school. You've been using all the energy you can spend on physical activities and channeling it into your studies. You're a smart young woman.
But how did you know that, Grandpa?
Don't you remember? It was when you were still in elementary school. You got sick once and had a fever. It was during school vacation and your family had planned a trip. They left you behind, didn't they? They left a sick child alone at home so they could go on a family vacation. But I came to look after you, didn't I? Do you remember that?
Of course I remember, Grandpa. How could I forget? You have no idea how grateful I was. I felt so alone back then, and with that fever, I was so scared.
Well, I couldn't have left my granddaughter to suffer alone, could I?
Yeah, at the time my mom used to say that since I was in a wheelchair, it was hard to bring me along for family trips, and that's why I always had to stay behind. But that time, I never expected to fall sick on top of it. It was just one more reminder of how different I was and how I always was left out.
One day, Brittany, you'll be able to go anywhere you want on your own. Right now, you're still young, so it's natural to feel restricted. But remember, there's a world out there waiting for you.
Thank you. But back then, Grandma was also in the hospital, right? You were already dealing with so much. You didn't have to come take care of me. I wasn't the one who you should have been worrying about.
That didn't matter to me. You're my precious granddaughter, and that wasn't going to change that because things were difficult. That's why I came to take care of you. And then as soon as you felt better, you started studying again and proudly showed me what you were working on. You even told me about the good grades you were getting. You were so eager to share all the things you were learning in school. Do you remember?
Yes, I remember that. Back then, no matter how much I studied or how well I did on my test, it always felt like it wasn't enough. My mom used to say that since I wasn't able to play sports or do anything physically active, it was only natural that I would focus on my studies. She told me that if I didn't get good grades, I'd have no value. That if I couldn't even do well in school, then there was no reason for me to be around. So when I got good scores, I thought maybe she'd finally be proud of me, but she never praised me for it. But then you praised me so much, Grandpa. I think I was just so happy to hear it that I ended up telling you everything.
Of course I did. It's exactly how it should be. Kids deserve to be praised when they accomplish something. You work so hard, Brittany. You deserve every bit of recognition for that effort.
Grandpa, thank you. Because of how much you praised me back then, I kept working hard. I was determined to keep getting good grades, and it actually became something I enjoyed. In junior high, I kept my grades at the top of the class, all because I wanted to make you proud. I thought that one day, if I could grow up to be someone important, you'd be proud of me again. That thought kept me going. But I guess now I won't go to high school. I'm sorry, Grandpa. It feels like I've let you down.
Hey now, none of that. You're not letting anyone down. Leave it to me. I'll make sure you get to go to high school. Come stay with me. You can live here, study here, and become whoever you want to be. I'll be right here to help you.
What? But I can't. I can't let you take care of me, Grandpa. You've already raised your family and done your duty. You shouldn't have to raise someone all over again.
And who says I'm done raising family, huh? Your mother, well, she wasn't exactly a saint either. She was stubborn and headstrong, always doing whatever she pleased. She even ran off of a guy when she was young and never came back to visit us. Only when she needed something would she reach out. She knew I loved my grandchildren and took advantage of that. Probably figured she could just dump you on me and be done with it. But the truth is, Brittany, you're the only grandchild I've ever cared about. Your sister, she's just like your mother. She doesn't show gratitude to anyone, and she's selfish. I know her well enough to say that.
I never knew you felt this way, Grandpa.
You don't need to worry about anything. I'll take care of everything. Things are going to work out. And those people who threw you away, they'll regret it someday. I'll make sure of that. But don't let that concern you. Just come here, Brittany. I believe in you. I know you're going to be just fine.
Grandpa, are you sure it's really all right?
Of course. A man keeps his word after all. So hurry up. Pack your things and come stay with me. But I want you to make me a promise, alright? Once you're in high school, I want you to study hard and enjoy your life to the fullest. Whatever you couldn't experience up until now, I want you to go after it. I want you to find happiness, and I'll be right here cheering you on.
I promise, Grandpa, I'll do my best. I'll work hard, and I'll live my life the way you want me to. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful.
That's my girl. Now go get ready. I'll see you soon, Brittany.
Okay, Grandpa. I'm coming home.
Brittany, you're amazing. I can't believe you live in the top floor of such a fancy tower apartment. It's me, your mother. Your sister and father are here too. So let us in right now. Wow, the security here is incredible. There's someone at the front desk too. This is just amazing. Can you believe it? You've done so well for yourself, sweetheart.
Who are you? What are you talking about? I don't recognize your number. And it sounds like someone keeps trying to ring my room.
Huh? What are you saying? Of course, it's me, your mother. All your family is here. We've decided that we want to live with you from now on. So open the door this instant. I mean, we've traveled all this way, and it's about time you let us in. We have a lot to talk about. It's been too long.
What are you talking about? If you keep making noise like this, I'll call the police. Do you really think I want you here? You left me, remember? You walked away from our family without a second thought.
Excuse me? How can you act like this when your mother has come to visit you after so long? What a terrible attitude you have. You used to be so sweet as a child. We've missed you. I've missed you. Your father is here too, and he's worried sick about you. You must understand how much we care.
Parents? I don't have parents. The only family I have is my grandfather. He raised me, not you. So please leave right now. You don't belong here. Your place is far away from me, and I intend to keep it that way.
Oh dear, I see. So you've become bitter, huh? Are you sulking because your sister was always favored? Is that why you're acting like this? It's been over 15 years since I last saw you, after all. But I always knew you would excel academically. If I kept my distance, you would surely become successful. You can't deny the truth of it.
What are you talking about? Please spare me your life story. I'm not interested in hearing about it. And why are you here now, of all times? If you have something to say to me, just say it. I have no business with you, and I certainly don't owe you anything.
Why would you say something like that? We've finally come to acknowledge you. Look at how successful you are living in such a nice place. I guess it was worth it to kick you out and leave you in the cold. You've become successful thanks to us, haven't you? You've gotten yourself a great job and a lovely home, and it's all because of the way we raised you.
That's absolutely not true. I don't know what you've been doing for the past 15 years, but you've never contacted me. You are no longer part of my life. I've severed all ties with you, so there's no reason for us to talk. Please just go home and leave me alone. I've moved on and you should too.
What? Don't act so high and mighty. You live in such a nice tower apartment, so you must have money to spare, right? You probably have extra space in your place too. Come on, why don't you let us live with you? It would be perfect. We could all help each other out and be a family again. You'd love having us around.
There's no way I'm letting you live with me. I'm telling you to go home. My life is just fine without you. I've worked hard to build it up, and I'm not about to let you come in and mess it up again.
But it's really amazing. When I heard you were living in a tower apartment, I was genuinely surprised. I never thought you would be the one to do that. You must have gone through a lot, huh? Were you stuck with that old senile man? I guess that's why you finally moved on and are living your life now.
Old senile man? Are you talking about my grandfather? What do you know about him? You have no idea how much he has done for me while you were gone.
Of course. You've really done well for yourself. So, has your grandpa passed away already? You're living in the tower apartment all by yourself, right? I heard the neighbors talking about it. You must be all alone. How sad.
Oh, I see. So you've been eavesdropping. Then you didn't hear what I'm living here. Didn't the neighbors mention that I'm living here because I've worked for it?
Well, you can tell me all about it now, can't you? I've heard you've been on TV or something. The neighbors were shocked when they found out. You really accomplished something great. Though maybe your being in a wheelchair just added to the drama. You're such an inspiration, Brittany.
Anyway, I have nothing to do with you, so please leave. You're just trying to make a story out of my life. What I do and how I live are my business and nobody else's. You don't just get to barge into my life and act like you care.
Can't you at least share some old stories? We are blood relatives, after all. I think it would be nice to hear a story about Grandpa's last days. Surely he's told you something about our family.
My grandfather is happily traveling abroad. He's been exploring new places and finding himself again. Something you wouldn't know anything about, I'm sure.
What? Is that old man still healthy and traveling? Are you incredibly lucky or what? I mean, how does your body still function so well? Maybe he took really good care of himself after all. Maybe that's why he seems so much better than you.
No, my grandpa's in far better health compared to other people his age. He goes to the gym every day. He takes pride in staying fit and active, something that I admire deeply. He's not just sitting around like a lump waiting to die.
Huh? The gym? Whose grandpa are you talking about? That old senile man who can't even cook is going to the gym? I thought he couldn't even lift a spoon without help.
You're completely mistaken. You don't seem to know anything, so let me educate you. My grandfather has become quite the cook. He has developed a passion for cooking, traveling abroad to learn about ingredients, and creating delicious dishes. He's become a bit of a foodie, and he loves sharing his culinary adventures with me.
Huh? What are you talking about? Is the grandfather you're describing really my father? Because the man I remember was always too busy complaining about everything to cook.
Yes, it's Grandpa Dennis. He's grown and changed, and I'm proud to be his granddaughter. You wouldn't understand having distanced yourself from our family.
He used to just eat whatever my mother cooked and couldn't cook anything himself. He never even tried. What are you even talking about?
That was only because he loved Grandma's cooking. When Grandma got sick and couldn't cook anymore, he fell into a deep depression. You wouldn't know about that, would you? It was a difficult time for him. He realized he had to change, to take charge of his own life, so he learned to cook for himself. It was a huge step for him, and he really dedicated himself to it.
Oh, was that the case? Well, he reaped what he sowed, didn't he? He never learned to do anything for himself. You have to know how to take care of yourself in this world, after all.
Grandpa worked really hard, and Grandma was a dedicated housewife. They had a loving relationship, but you wouldn't understand that since you ran off without a word. You abandoned your family and thought only of yourself, so don't pretend you have a clue about our lives.
It's not something I care about anyway. You can take your little stories and shove them. I don't want to hear about your adventures with that old man. And I certainly don't want to hear about how he's become some culinary master while I've been here struggling.
Do you remember? You left me home alone when I caught a cold and went on vacation. You made Grandpa take care of me. I was just a kid. I had no one else.
Oh, maybe I remember something like that. So what? It doesn't matter anymore. You're not a little girl anymore. You're an adult. You should be taking care of yourself by now.
He made me soup while you were off having the time of your life. But of course, you wouldn't remember that, would you? The one who made sure I stayed healthy and got back to school was Grandpa. He's the one who stood by my side.
Did I really? Well, you can't blame me. It's not my fault you caught a cold. What was I supposed to do? I had my life to live too. So stop blaming me for everything.
You don't get to just forget how you hurt me. You've hurt me so many times it's hard to count. Every time I thought you might reach out, you vanished again. You might have abandoned me as a child, but now I'm an adult, and I refuse to let you back in.
So what? Are you saying I should live my life just for you? I did what I thought was right at the time. Just because you made a mess of your life doesn't mean I owe you anything. It's about time you take responsibility for your choices.
What choice do you think I made? You left me with that old man who didn't know how to care for me. I had no idea how to survive on my own. I did what I could to survive.
You think I just abandoned you? But I was always waiting for you to come back. Don't act like you've been some victim.
You took your chances and left, and that's what happened. It was your choice. I'm done talking about it. It's your life, not mine. I'm not here to save you. I'm not responsible for you.
How can you say that? You're my daughter. We're family. Family looks out for one another. But here you are showing me just how little you care about your own blood. I can't believe this is happening.
You're the one who's out of touch with reality. You don't understand how I've had to make my own way in the world. I've had to work harder than anyone else to survive. I don't owe you any loyalty. I built my life from the ground up, and I did it without you. You're just someone who wants to bring me down.
I'm not trying to bring you down. I just want to be part of your life. Why is that so wrong? We're family. You should want to share your successes with your family. Don't you want to be part of a family again?
You think it's that simple? You left me behind without a thought. You can't just come back and expect everything to be fine. This isn't a fairy tale. I've worked hard for everything I have. I refuse to let you come in and ruin it all.
I never thought I'd ruin anything. I thought I could help. I just wanted to come here and see you. Can't we just start over? Let me help you. We can help each other. I'm sure you're lonely in this big place.
I'm not lonely. I've built a good life for myself, one that doesn't involve you. I have my friends, my career, and my own interest. I don't need you to fix anything. My life is exactly how I want it to be, and I won't let you disrupt that.
I can't believe how selfish you are. You're acting like you're the only one who matters. But look around. You're alone in your tower. It's only a matter of time before you realize that having family around is what you need. You can't keep shutting us out.
I'll take being alone over being around people like you any day. Your family has done nothing but make me feel unwanted. You have no idea how hard I've fought to escape the life you left me with. I can't believe you would even try to convince me otherwise.
You're wrong. We've always loved you. Just because I made mistakes doesn't mean I don't care. We're family, and that should mean something. You can't just cut us out like that.
Stop pretending you care. You don't know what love is. You abandoned me when I needed you the most. You can't just waltz back into my life and act like everything is okay. I refuse to let you manipulate me like that again.
I'm not trying to manipulate you. I'm just trying to reach out. It's been so long since we've been together, and I thought we could rebuild what we lost. I want us to be a family again. Isn't that worth fighting for?
No, it's not worth it. Not when it means reopening old wounds. You hurt me then, and I refuse to let you do it again. You don't get to decide how I feel. I've moved on, and I'm happier without you in my life.
I can't believe you. What if I said I need you in my life? You can't just turn me away. We're family, Brittany. You can't act like I don't matter.
You don't matter to me. I don't need you in my life. I've made my own family, and they mean more to me than you ever could. Stop pretending like you have any claim over me. I owe you nothing.
So that's it. You're just going to shut me out like I'm nothing. Is that what family means to you? You've turned your back on us. You're selfish. You don't even care about how we feel.
Selfish? I spent years trying to escape your toxic grasp. You have no idea what it's been like to rebuild my life from scratch. You don't get to come back into my life like this and act like I owe you anything. You don't deserve a place in my life anymore.
I don't believe this. What happened to you? You used to be so sweet and kind. This anger isn't who you are. I know you still care. Deep down, you must still love your family.
Love? I've learned to love myself. That's all I need. You have no idea what I've been through. I've spent so much time healing from the past, and now you want to tear it all apart? I won't let you. I refuse.
So what happens now? You're just going to ignore me forever? You think that's the answer? Family's about supporting one another. I'm here to help you, but you're too blind to see it.
I don't need your help. I've worked hard to get where I am. I don't want you or anyone else coming in and ruining everything. If you can't respect my boundaries, then I want nothing to do with you.
Why are you being so stubborn? Can't you just listen for once? This is your family. We love you. But you're too caught up in your anger to see that. You're pushing us away.
You never listened to me before. What makes you think I'll listen to you now? You're not the same person you used to be, and neither am I. So please, just go back to your life and leave me alone. I don't want anything to do with you anymore. Leave. Just leave. I don't want you in my life. You're nothing to me now. You made your choices, and I'm making mine. Don't come back. The family that continued to whine and complain about needing help had, it seems, been escorted out by security. They made a scene, trying to express their grievances even after being removed, which eventually escalated into a situation requiring police involvement. I communicated clearly that I had no connection to their troubles and that I was stepping away from the matter entirely. It appeared they had returned to a life of homelessness, but just moments before hearing about their situation, I was thinking that I hoped they were suffering terribly, perhaps even experiencing the depths of despair that come with their choices. Thus, discovering that they had fallen into a pitiful state only filled me with a sense of satisfaction and relief. When I shared the story with my grandfather, he looked at me with a knowing expression and said, "See, I told you that you can go anywhere in your own power." His words were a reaffirmation of my strength and independence, and he praised my current situation, which I greatly appreciated. In that moment, I felt an overwhelming sense of gratitude toward him. His belief in my abilities has always been a guiding force in my life, and I realized that I wanted to express my appreciation to him more deeply. Despite my circumstances, I use a wheelchair now. I begin to think about the possibility of challenging myself by traveling abroad. Looking back at the family saga, it amazes me how they persisted in their sense of entitlement. Their continual whining about their situation revealed a profound disconnect from the reality of personal responsibility. It seemed as though they operated under the belief that the world owed them something, and when those expectations were not met, their response was one of anger and frustration rather than reflection and growth. They seemed to embody the worst aspects of victimhood, refusing to acknowledge the consequences of their actions or the situation they had created for themselves. Their unwillingness to accept reality had only deepened their misfortunes. This experience has only reinforced my belief in the power of hard work, determination, and resilience. Every encounter with individuals like this family strengthens my resolve to keep pushing myself, despite the limitations I face due to my disability. Their downfall stands as a stark contrast to my own journey, which has been one of personal growth and empowerment. Watching them struggle serves as a reminder that life's challenges can be overwhelming, but our response to those challenges defines our character and our future. My grandfather has always been a wellspring of wisdom and support. He has navigated his share of life's challenges and has imparted invaluable lessons along the way. Each time I reflect on the struggles I face, I am reminded that I possess the tools necessary to overcome them. His encouraging words echo in my mind, reminding me that I can harness my inner strength, regardless of my physical limitations. The mere thought of traveling to distant lands, experiencing new cultures, and meeting diverse individuals fills me with excitement and anticipation. It's not just about the act of traveling, it's about proving to myself that I can still live a rich, fulfilling life despite the hurdles I face. The prospect of exploration holds incredible promise. There are countless places to discover, each with its own stories waiting to be unearthed. I yearn to immerse myself in new environments, indulge in different cuisines, and engage with people whose lives may be vastly different from my own. This desire for exploration is not merely escapism, it's a path toward growth and understanding. Each journey presents a unique opportunity to learn more about myself and the world around me. As I contemplate the idea of traveling, I know I must prepare myself both physically and mentally. The world can be a daunting place, especially for someone with a disability. However, I am learning that by being proactive and strategic in my planning, I can navigate any obstacles that come my way. I want to research accessible travel options, seek out destinations that cater to my needs, and connect with others who have embarked on similar journeys. This proactive approach will empower me, allowing me to approach travel with the confidence that I can overcome any challenges I may encounter. Moreover, the support of my grandfather is an invaluable asset. His unwavering encouragement has always pushed me to pursue my dreams, and his faith in my capabilities is a powerful motivator. I envision sharing my adventures with him, showing him that I've taken his lessons to heart and applied them in my life. His pride in my achievements will only serve to fuel my determination to keep moving forward. Every time I think about setting out on this journey, a mix of excitement and apprehension washes over me. This is a natural response to the thought of stepping into the unknown, but I remind myself that every great adventure begins with a leap of faith. The challenges I faced in life have equipped me with the resilience necessary to embrace uncertainty. This journey isn't solely about exploring new places, it's about proving to myself that I can overcome any hurdle that stands in my path. As I begin to envision my travels, I can't help but think about the people I will meet along the way. Each encounter has the potential to alter perspectives and broaden horizons. I look forward to hearing their stories, understanding their struggles, and sharing my own experiences. There's something profoundly human about connecting with others, And it serves as a reminder that despite our differences, we all share similar aspirations, dreams, and fears. In preparation for this journey, I recognize the importance of not only physical readiness, but also mental fortitude. Traveling can be daunting, particularly for someone like me. However, by equipping myself with knowledge and a positive mindset, I can tackle any challenges that come my way. I want to thoroughly research accessible travel options and destinations, ensuring that I can move freely and comfortably. And by taking these steps, I'll be able to embrace my journey with confidence and excitement. Additionally, the prospect of sharing my experiences with my grandfather fills me with joy. His belief in me has always motivated me to pursue my passions. I want him to see that I am capable of achieving great things, even in the face of adversity. Sharing my adventures with him will not only deepen our bond, but also serve as a testament to the strength of his support throughout my life. As I reflect on the family's plight, it serves as a sobering reminder of the dangers of entitlement and inaction. Their downfall reinforces my commitment to living a life of purpose and resilience. I refuse to fall into the same traps that ensnared them. I will not squander my opportunities, nor allow my circumstances to define my life choices. Instead, I choose to take control, be proactive, and approach life with a sense of gratitude for every moment. Life is too precious to waste on complaints and blame. Instead, I choose to be an agent of change in my own life, crafting a narrative that is filled with purpose and passion. With each passing day, I am reminded that my journey is not just about overcoming obstacles, but also about embracing the beauty of life and the opportunities that come with it. As I close this chapter and prepare for the next, I feel an overwhelming sense of optimism about what lies ahead. The thought of traveling, of experiencing life to its fullest, excites me. I want to savor every moment, create memories that will last a lifetime, and learn from every experience. With my grandfather's encouragement and the lessons I've absorbed, I'm ready to embrace this new chapter in my life.